Just when America has reached a breaking point with division, visionary influencer Danny Benson's "I'm Proud of You, Sis" bro movement taps into the pulse and heartbeat of a culture radically torn. But this loving mom's voice of reason and calm has received national recognition.
How do you balance having your children and always traveling with the Yankee organization?
When I became a dad, I said that I would always love like a mother.
I feel like I have to try certain things or act a different way because I know some people or some kids.
So join Danny Benson as she celebrates her special guests on her show and highlights their gifts and contributions to our world.
Hi, everyone. Hi. Thank you for joining. I'm Proud of You, Sis. This is Danny Benson. Hi. I hope everyone is having an amazing week. I am so excited that you are here joining us today. Please like, share, follow, comment, and also you can find my podcast wherever podcasts are available. So I am so excited about this new guest. I want to give her flowers because she has an amazing show called Miss Francois. I think she definitely started this podcast craze before podcast even was a craze. She had a successful show in the studio, and when she was having her shows, I was looking at her like, wow, you know what? I'm so proud of this. I'm so proud of Miss Francois' show. She was funny, talk about relationships, had amazing guests. So I am so happy to give her my flowers finally, personally, to Miss Francois show host. Miss Francois, hi, how are you?
I am awesome. Give me my flowers.
Yes, flowers. I mean, look, let me tell you something. I look up to you because you've been doing this for a very, very long time before it was even popular to even do.
I never thought of it that way. But
yes. No, I mean, you're definitely one of the pioneers. Before everybody was doing it, you were doing it. You had, live shows in a studio. And I know there's so many shows now, but I'm so proud of you, sis, because you took leaps and bounds before other people were taking leaps and bounds. So I want to give you your flowers.
I appreciate that. Thank you. And sometimes it takes someone from the outside to see that and say that and then even recognize it for myself.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm so happy you're here too. You have written so many relationship books, and I love your optimism about relationships and your sarcasm sometimes about relationships. Last night I was watching you live on, I think you're calling it Truthful Tuesdays.
Oh, Tell Your Truth Tuesdays.
Tell Your Truth Tuesdays, and you were talking about red flags.
Yes.
And I love what you were talking about. And I was like, why is she not saving this for the show?
Well, that was hard for me to do because I've been saying that for at least the last year that I need to start having a regular live. I mean, it's certain things you have to do in social media that a lot of us are scared to do, like going live all the time. So that was my first time because I had that whole... I wanted to do that, goodness, since last year. And I'm like, I'm too scared. Now people are going to look at me. But I'm like, I went to a conference and it said, just do it even if you're not ready, or just do it before you're ready. So I decided, I started yesterday, and every Tuesday at 8 p.m., Tell Your Truth Tuesdays.
Yes, and do it scared.
Yes. And I mean, it's all about growth. So I know, I mean, I've been around long enough to know you keep doing it. And, because I felt like I was all over the place, but I said, you know what? Stop doing that. Just think the fact that I did it. That's amazing in itself. So I am proud of myself, sis.
Yay! And I'm giving you your flowers virtually. So please accept them from me.
Thank you.
I'm so proud of you. So let's talk about red flags. I've been in relationships before, and when I see red flags, I always think of people just not being perfect, right? I'm like, okay, people make mistakes. But when does it become, it's not a mistake no more, and it's actually like a red flag?
I mean, you just said it. First they do it, okay, maybe we have a discussion about it, but it's something being repeated. I mean, if you tell someone certain things make you feel a certain way and they keep doing it over and over, that's obviously a red flag. And I always have this thing is when you sit in a room by yourself and really think about the whole relationship and what it's really adding to your life, you could answer that question yourself. I think a lot of us get carried away with the emotions and the feelings, so we kind of blur the red flag, and it's like, oh, it looked like a pink flag, it's not that red. Maybe it's, maybe we could work on some things, maybe a little therapy, maybe I'll ignore it. And I think we keep doing that over and over until it's like 7 years later and you're like, why am I sleeping next to this person?
So is there a timeline? First of all, do you think when God sees all of us, we all have red flags?
God must look at us and be like, I should just restart this all over again. He's like, man, I could do better. Well, that's a good point.
Because sometimes I be doing things and I be like, okay, God, I'm here again. No.
And he's like, you again?
Please forgive me for my sins.
No, sometimes say when I kneel down to pray, God must immediately put on headphones. Like I heard it before, Patrice. I'm interested. Like I'm good.
So I guess what I want to take accountability because I guess we all have one or two red flags against in us. Would you agree?
Well, I wouldn't want to call those necessary red flags. No one's perfect, right? But when you're in a relationship, it's two people in a relationship. So when I say red flag, if this person do not listen to you whatsoever, you have no say whatsoever. Do you want to be in a relationship that you have no say and you can't have a conversation? Again, if that works for somebody else, great. But that shouldn't work for anyone because you have a right to be heard. So those kind of things is red flags is something that stop the process immediately. There could be, I always say it's like the red light, green light, yellow light. Yellow light we can still fix. We could talk about, you can see the person trying, changes being made, adjustments being made. But when there's a red flag, it's like, stop, it's no good. And let's stop pretending that it's okay. It's not okay. Because you feel a certain way. We know it's just like women and cheating. That's another subject. But most of us, I would say, we know. You feel that something here in your heart. You feel it in your stomach. We just find reasons to give excuses for certain situations and think that's okay, and it's not okay because we're not happy.
So okay, so what is the difference between not being perfect and being a narcissist? Like, look, we all make mistakes in relationships. We're not perfect at all. And sometimes we are going to repeat things that get in the nerves of our significant other, right? So I feel like a red flag is defined as something that actually is like it's hurting you, or it's disrespecting you, or it's not making you feel comfortable in this situation. Like, for instance, abuse. That's a red flag, right?
Right. And again, I feel like what it fully becomes a red flag is when it's something that repeatedly happens. I'm not condoning abuse, period. But again, I don't know under the circumstances and the situations to what certain things happen in life. But if for example, someone shake you in a relationship, I'm not saying get up and, oh, you shake me, I'm leaving. That could be a conversation. That could be therapy. That could, that could be talking to a parent, talking to someone else and getting someone else involved to talk about it. But when you shake me once, twice, 3 times, what, I'm an idiot? And I don't want to say I'm an idiot, but it's something that you need to pause and be like, is this what I want to be in for the next 10 years? I get shake Monday and Tuesday and Friday. And how does that make me feel?
You know what it is? I don't really mean to laugh, but the way you say it is true. If it's something that's a red flag, understand this is going to be repeated.
Correct.
And do you want to deal with this for the rest of your life? Because it's not going to stop.
Exactly. Right? And some people, every time certain things happen, they have an excuse. Well, I wasn't myself. I had a hard day at work. That's why I shout at you like that. And then you buy me flowers. But again, a lot of people could do certain things, but after a while, I think we have to be honest with ourselves. And one thing I realized when it comes to red flags, when you in those situations, it's like you have a veil over your eyes. You don't see clearly because you're in it, and someone on the outside might be able to see what you're not seeing.
No, you are correct. So tell me something. If you were in a relationship, would you mind if your significant other had a social media account? And if they did, would you be mad if they don't follow you or post you?
Okay, so being that I'm older and more experienced, and I'm talking from this age group, because it matters. You know, when you're young and dumb, it's like, why you ain't posting me? Da, da, da. I'll say this. You don't need to post me at all, but you see, when you put a ring on this finger and I am the wife, every other picture should be me. Because I don't like the posting too early, because on this month I decide I have a man, that's my boo, I post him, then we break up, then next month I have another man, and I have a man every month, then I'm a big hoe, and he
like Lori Harvey.
Yeah, that's a touchy subject. The people are torn between that one bit. Oh, she's double standard. She's just dating and she's trying to find her person. And the other people are going, oh, she's a slut. So it's one or the other.
You know what I would say to that? If I am dating, I don't think I would be posting.
Exactly.
If I'm dating, I will be posting when I know, okay, this is the person I want to be with. And then I'll post. But
so
if I'm dating,
I'm
dating different men, or even if I'm dating one person, based on her track record, I wouldn't post until I'm with them for 1 year.
Girl, again, me, ring on the finger, because I'm tired. It's exhausting posting people, then you deleting the post. That doesn't even make any sense. But for me, like, for instance, I've gone on dates and I've posted the experience of the date. But, you know, you'll see me having a drink. You'll see me having dinner. I went on a roller coaster ride, whatever the case might be. But you're never going to see that man. That could be anybody.
You'll see his hand, like, sticking out.
Exactly.
Sneaker. Maybe the back. You'll never see his
Right. And the thing with social media, everybody see, like, Lori Harvey is a celebrity. Like, some of the stuff I do, I'm posting because of the realm that I'm in. I'm in entertainment, you know. So I don't mind a guy having a social media, but honestly, I always said I wouldn't want him to be that into the social media where he posting every 2 seconds, because that's what I have to do. And I know what comes in my DMs sometimes as an entertainer.
You be getting the sneaky leaks?
Girl, I'm cute. So I'm like, because what I am aware of, I'm like, I don't want my man having no damn social media that much or being on it. I want someone to be like, yeah, I got social media, but I don't even check it. I'm like, that's my man.
No, I definitely agree with you 100%. So let me ask you this. Do you think social media has destroyed marriages, relationships? Because
no,
I
don't think so. I think it's people destroy that.
I asked you that. When you take vows, it does say for better or for worse.
Right.
It does say to death do us part. It does say these words, and you're saying, yes, I commit to these words. But what I'm feeling is as soon as people get to like a rough thing, or they don't get along, or it's like life is like a roller coaster, they just want to file divorce. I like, if you know that if you know you're gonna treat marriage like a 10-year lease, I call it a 10-year lease.
Okay.
After 10 years, they want to trade it in.
Well, these
they
days
want to get married every 2 years. And you might as well just date if it's going to be every 2 years. This is my thing. Do you think social media has made it where, especially men, feel like there's a lot of options?
I think, well, I don't really blame social media, but social media does make it easier because it's just right there compared to putting on your clothes, going out, meeting people on the streets. But to me, social media is just a different form of meeting people, but it's still, you have to initiate stuff. And think of it as still being in the street. Someone say hi to you, try to ask you for your number. It's still up to you to say no. Same thing with social media. They DM you. It's up to you to block them or respond accordingly. But it's just much more easy access. You know, you see.
Yeah, because think about it. You don't have to be outside.
Exactly.
You
So
could be,
it's like,
you could be in your house.
right. So it's
Meet
like a form of online
1,000 men
dating.
at one time.
Right, but that's a choice, is it not? It's
No,
there.
I know it's a choice, but sometimes it just makes it like an easy choice. Like,
Okay, we're not talking about you, Danny. Okay, whatever
Okay,
you
okay.
decide to do with Instagram, and you trying to stalk some men on there, don't be putting your experience to everyone else's.
no, I'm just saying. No, because I am feeling that a lot of relationships are not lasting long, and I think it's because people feel that the world has gotten smaller. That okay, if this relationship doesn't work out, it's okay because the world got $6 billion, 6 billion people, and I'll just find somebody else. Because
I
back
think
in the
it's
day,
easier.
people stayed longer. Average marriage averages
But
were
my
longer.
dear, time has changed, you know. Simple thing, me being from Trinidad and Tobago. In Trinidad, there's two main races. It's the Indians and the black. And that's what you have to choose from. Then, say you send your husband up here. Okay, husband, come to America, secure certain things so we can have a better life. I'm the wife. I'm like, okay, honey, go to America and do what you have to do. He land in New York. It have every color, creed, race, nationality. So much to choose from. He already forget about me being in Trinidad. Okay. And a lot of that happens. It's like all of a sudden, yeah. And especially in America, I would say, because me being an immigrant here, is your eyes open. It's like getting a whole bowl of M&Ms or Skittles. It's just so much colors. You don't know which one to choose. And then apparently you could have more than one. You know, when in Trinidad, you just have black or white. Make up your mind. So when you have more options, you know, and for on men, their brains, not this one, the other one works more. So they're like, "Ooh, woman," you know. So it's 10 times
So
harder.
what are you saying? What are you saying? It's a man's world.
It is a man's world. We like to lie and be like, "Oh, we women," and yes, it's still a man's world. Everywhere you look, it's still men running things. Okay, so
The reason I feel like it is a man's world is because I think we still give the men the power to ask us to marry.
well, okay. So we are about to disagree on certain things here, but let's bring it.
Okay, so let's go. Let's bring it.
So I would, to be safe, right? Everybody have their preference. And it's so sad that I have to say old school. I'm sorry, I'm not asking no man to marry me. Okay, I'm still believing you're the hunter. Go outside there and hunt or whatever. And again, it's everybody have roles. People like to pretend, oh, they don't have roles. Everyone have roles. It's what in your relationship you deem what role you want to play. Me, I would gladly be barefoot and pregnant. Gladly. I don't mind having a little part-time job here and there, but I mean, I do look glamorous, so a lot of people think, oh my God, she might be high maintenance, but I'm not. But if someone gets to know me, I'm like, dude, go out there and hunt, get the lion, bring it home, I'll cook it. I'll take care of the kids. I'm not going to kneel down and think, and honey, would you marry me? I'm the catch. I'm the precious one. I'm the one with the cookie. I'm the one you're chasing. I ain't, no, sorry. Danny, all of a sudden you're
okay,
like,
so all right. So are you ready to submit?
Yeah, quickly. For the right person. That's where people get it confused. Now, I'm all for having the man lead, but it's who leading me? Am I going to follow someone who's going to ruin my credit? You know, bad with finances, you know, you don't have a job, can't keep a job. Can he lead me? No. So I think we're picking the wrong people to lead, and then we're like, oh, it's not working. Obviously, I have a strong personality, so I'm going to need someone stronger, but I will respect you if you know what you're doing.
But you know what? I think men get it construed because, first of all, the Bible says you submit to me because I submit to God.
Amen.
That's what the Bible says that a lot of people leave out. I hear men say submit, but I'm not submitting to someone who's going to drive me into a ditch.
Exactly. And a lot of men out there is driving you into a ditch.
Yes, they're driving you into a ditch. Okay, that's number one. So number two, I feel that if that person is following what God says, then I feel safe and secure to submit to you because you're following, you know, what God is saying. Now, you want me to submit to you and you're following other gods or you're following demons, or you're living a reckless life, or whatever that is not proper, I'm going to be afraid to submit because I need to feel safe with you to submit.
Exactly. And I think a lot of men don't get that. I'm the man. You're supposed to say what I said. You're supposed to do what I said. No. Okay. That's not how God would do things.
No. No.
And I think we
so I
definitely
need men
miss
to
that.
understand, like, I don't have a problem submitting. No, you know, but I need to know who you're submitting to. Who are you as a man submitting to?
And it shows. I mean, it shows on them. And that's why we need to be able to see the red flags and realize that's not a person we need to submit to.
And men need to understand that too, because sometimes they say that we as women don't submit, or that is why the relationship is not working. But I need to submit to someone that if I fall, I know you're going to catch me.
And you don't even have to think about it.
Think about
it. No. And it's such a relaxing, free-spirited thing to feel like, I know he got me. And again, I'm gonna have him too, but I know he got me. That's my man. But these days you have to be looking like
you gotta make sure his hand is out. He's gonna catch you. Like,
you have to have a plan A, a plan B, a plan C in case like that's not the way to live.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Do you believe all men are cheaters?
No, I don't. Absolutely not.
No.
And
do you believe if you cheat once a cheater, always a cheater?
I don't believe that either. I think we like to say these things I don't know. It's a good topic. Yeah, he is, and and then you get to hang around with all the girls and they're talking mess about all the guys you did and how he cheat. It's different times in your life and where people are at. I have known people who have cheated, and again, where they are, maybe they get help, maybe they say things a certain way, because sometimes when certain people cheat and they find out the real consequence, all of a sudden they're willing to do whatever is necessary to make that up. So I definitely not always a cheat. They're not always a cheater. There's a high percentage that will do it again. But I don't like how we as women always lump all the men in everything. You know, there's no good men.
That's men not true.
Like, right. Why do we lump everything together? And if that's your attitude, then you're going to
you attract what you manifest.
Right. Exactly.
If you feel like
and you're not going to find any good men.
Yeah. So, if you feel like all men cheat, you're going to just attract cheaters.
Amen.
If you feel like all men are not good men, then you're just going to attract men that are not good. Right. Because this is what you're saying. You're saying all men are not good men. So any man you meet is not going to be a good man anyway.
Exactly. And another thing that we women like to do, I don't need a man. And
I need a man. I just want to put it out there, everybody.
Because I said we say these things and we know deep down inside that's not what it is. I don't know. And that's when I could say how men will say, oh, that's a strong woman. She don't need this. And I'm like, no, hold on, honey. That's her. That's not me. I might not necessarily need one, but I want one. And companionship is a great thing, you know? And I was watching like a podcast recently where the guy was saying how when men are complaining about, oh, we all independent, we women have everything going for us. And the guy was like, the men are upset about that. But the whole point of that is because how we didn't have the men in our lives. We had to be independent. We had to do things for ourselves.
We had to figure things out. We had to learn how to survive without a man providing.
Right. And it's not like we just got up one day and said, this is what we want to do. It's because how certain things ended up. Half the time, even when I look back in history, again, the woman couldn't do anything. So we had to rely on the man. Then the man would be doing a bunch of stuff that they shouldn't be doing, regardless if it's cheating or you can't find them or they leave you. Then you have to figure it out. And then you leave them with kids. So they have to find a way to survive. So now we're strong. Now we're like, yes, I know this. We could compete with men for jobs and different schools, colleges, all these different things. So then it starts to become like, oh, she don't need us.
Well, you know what? I do need a man. I do respect men. I'm talking for myself. I don't know what society is talking about, but I'm soft and pink inside. This sounds like an infomercial right now. Yes. No, let me stop. But I just want the sexes to get along. I want the sexes to feel that we both need each other because we're better together than apart.
I agree.
It's better to have a partner than to go at it alone.
I know this, but what I try to make myself feel better because I've been single for quite a while now, especially this year. It's just me, myself, and I. But I'm like, be happy when you are single. Do all the stuff, every and anything you can do while you're single. Because again, being single have its pros and cons, just like being in a relationship has its pros and cons. So when you get yourself together, you do you. When that person finds you, because he will be finding me, because I'm finding him. That's gonna be then that's gonna be a different journey.
And I will lead you to Miss Francois.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Because I tell all my girlfriends, and because okay, let me tell you this. I'm a guy girl. I don't know if you know what that means, but I have like a lot of guy friends, and I just get along with guys. Like, I don't know. I just get along with guys, you know? And I know like some guys would say, oh, they're just putting you in the friend zone. They really like you. But you put them in the friend zone, so you guys have become friends. But I'm a guy girl. So what kind of guy would you want to date? You want to date a guy that you could be best friends with and the husband and wife? Or you want to date a guy who is just your husband and you already have your best friends on the side?
Okay, so there's nothing against having more than one best friend, but I do want to have a friendship. You should have a friendship with that person you lying down in bed with, you coming home to every day. You know, that's a person you hopefully living your rest of your life with until that do us part. So you should be friends. I don't think you should, oh, that's my husband, that's my wife, the end. So he should be one of my best friends. And of course, I have other best friends, or I like to call them confidants. What the hell?
You're right.
I'm so amazing. I should be shared.
Yes, you are. I can't even say anything after that. You are amazing. That's what I want to say. That's why I want. Okay, if we want a date right now, speed dating date, I'm gonna give you 3 seconds. Tell me about yourself.
Well, first of all, I can't tell myself in 3 seconds.
Okay, I'm giving you 3 seconds right now. So go.
Okay. Well, my name is Patrice. They call me multi-talented and super sexy. I am adventurous. I am looking for someone who is very supportive. I'm willing to get to know them, for them to see me, who I am. Oh God, that's too much. You see, you put me on. I'm like, oh my God. Look, at the end of the day, dude, I'm single. You want to get to know me? I ain't got time for all of this, because sometimes I feel like you're just reciting a whole resume, and how much time you don't hire someone off the resume and they can't do the job. So to me, you should feel if you're not speed dating, don't matter what you say. Even if you said a nursery rhyme, it's all about the energy. You know, that energy and 1 or 2 things a person might say, like, and some hobbies or something that you know you're more on the same path to certain things. That alone should get a first date, and then you decide after, because spilling out your resume is exhausting. I have 2 master's degree. I have a TV show. I work in a bank. I have no kids, but I want kids. Like, that's too much. And that's why I say when you're dating at this age, it's so hard. It's exhausting. It's not fun anymore.
You know what it is? Like the older you get, I think men, my opinion, don't like older women because we're more accomplished, we're more set in our ways, we tolerate less bullshit, we know what we want. It's hard for you to lie and manipulate us. We listen to our instincts a lot. So
yeah, men don't like older women because your vagina is old. What are you talking about? Men ain't thinking about all of that. Okay, their brains in that. Come on now, they think with their dicks. What are you talking about? Oh, we're mature. They don't give a shit. Once you have a vagina, they're happy. I always tell people, do you want a 40-year-old hamburger or do you want a 20-year-old hamburger? That makes a huge difference, okay? Talking about all
wait, no. Oh my God. No, I have to be. Look, not, you know what? There's vagina re-virginate. You can sew your vagina up if it's loose. No, you can sew your vagina up if it's loose. And not every older woman is loose. It depends how many sexual partners you've had. Don't
Look,
you agree?
you see, look, it's just nicer. The man will quicker go for the younger woman. Why? Because, I mean, not even that they're easier, but they're easier even mentally. Everything is just more easier. She says hi, he says hi. She like, oh my God. He says, oh, you're cute. Thank you. The end. You get pum pum, she get a free dinner, and life goes on. You older woman, oh, where do you work? And what's the benefits? And do you have a 401k? And what's your goals? And what's your retirement plan? And men brain don't think like all of that. You know, I mean, if you keep going on and date and they get to like you, you know what I'm saying? Most of the time when you date, no one is thinking, oh my gosh, she's going to be my wife. It's like, okay, I wonder how long it's going to take for me to hit that. And that's a typical man, and nothing's wrong with that. A lot of times is when he does get to know you, he's like, okay, this is someone later on he might see this is someone I want to be with. But most of the time it's just to try to hit it, you know. And there are a few men who definitely looking for a relationship, you know. And I mean, it's still
okay. If you're dating, I remember back in the day.
Oh God, back in the day. See, that's why you got no man. That sounds like way back in the day.
No, where a man used to court you, you didn't have to. You didn't have to give it up at all for like months.
Well, again, as you said, now we have social media. Okay, all you have to do is say hi to a girl, give her one meal, and you're getting free pum pum. Or pussy or whatever, I don't know what they call it, vagina. So why should I spend my money on you?
Do you think that destroyed? But do you think that destroyed? That's what I'm saying, relationships, because it's so easy. See, okay, I don't want to say back in the day, but there was a time that I felt that women united. Like, if I had a guy in my life and he was cheating on me with the other girl, we could kindly call each other, have a conversation, and she'd be like, oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't know you were with him. And I'm like, I am. And she goes, okay. And she backs off and she lets me handle him. Right? Now the conversation is like,
I'm going to beat your ass. You and my man. You must be crazy. I'm going to pull up.
I'm like, how is it her fault if she doesn't really know the intricacies of everything that's going on? She obviously believes this man because she knows this man. She doesn't know you. And I tell girls too, like, girls will say, well, he said the relationship wasn't working out. I was like, what is a man going to say? What is a man going to say? If he wants your boom, he's going to say, my marriage is happy? Because then that makes him look like a bad guy. If he says his marriage is great, I'm happy, I just want to have poom poom with you. Number one, the poom poom, you're not going to might not give because now you feel like he's using you. Number two, a guy's not going to say that because he knows it's going to be a turnoff. So if a man's going to cheat, a man's going to say, my relationship's not working. Whether it's working or not, they're going to say that. So I always say, I wish once you found out there is a significant other, that you would want to reach out out of respect because we're women. Hey, I don't know. You're married to this person. They told me things are not working out, because there's always two sides to every story. So when people tend to believe when a woman tends to believe the man, I'm like, why you believe him? Because we're women.
Yeah,
you know how men are. But why would you believe him?
Why? First of all, Danny, why are you acting like you never had good dick? When you have good dick, okay, you don't give a shit if he had 10 kids and 3 wives, okay? That's why it's keeping it real. If you have never been there, then you have never really had good dick. You go crazy. But my thing is, I ain't going to do no reaching out or no nothing. As soon as you find out something, I'm not even trying to, if there is something to find out, that means you don't need to be with that person. You see all this reaching and calling or whatever. I'm not even doing all of that. You find this out, you have a conversation, he give you a bunch of bullshit, you're gonna know. All these things, what do they always say? What is done in the dark will come to light. It comes out. So it's up to you to gather yourself emotionally and mentally and walk away. And yes, it's hard. Maybe you might give him pum pum 2 more times, but to walk away. I ain't gonna call nobody husband, girlfriend. I don't need nothing to escalate. I don't need no clarification.
Yeah, but most women don't walk away though. They find out and they now becomes a competition with the other woman.
Well, again, that's growth though. You see, and that's where you are in your life and whatever you're going through. Everyone is different. Some people are like, okay, I finally found this person. I need to hold on to him, whatever. Obviously, she wasn't doing what she was supposed to do. Otherwise, he wouldn't come to me. I mean, if that floats your boat, that floats your boat. But at the same time,
if that's what you want to believe, I feel like sometimes it's crazy that women really want to psych themselves out.
But what typically happens in those situations, though? What happens in those situations? If he does leave his wife, which most likely he's not, it's still going to happen to you. And until it ends up happening to you, then the cycle just plays himself. And then you're going to be the one crying. Then all of a sudden, you and the wife is best friends because he cheated on you with the third person. I mean, it's already toxic. Why we see red flags, but we're pretending we're not seeing them and we're making excuses for them.
And also, I just want to point out, red flags come in cycles. Like they breadcrumb you, I love you, I love you, I love you. And then all of a sudden it escalates and then they do it again. And then the apology starts again. And then they kiss your butt again. So it's like a cycle that happens. So that's why I want to tell anyone out there who's in any relationships, you're worthy. You should, and you are worthy enough to be with someone who's going to treat you with respect and love all the time. All the time, whether you're with them or you are not with them. Right. Meaning that if I'm at work and you're someplace else, you should be respecting me and showing me love regardless. Right?
I agree 100%.
You should be proud that we're together. So if someone asks you, are you in a relationship? You should be saying my name. You shouldn't be like, oh, no, I'm not. Because I think that's a sign of disrespect too. Because now
I hate when they say it's complicated. As soon as you hear complicated, we need to walk. You're right, but we don't. We're like, what makes it complicated? So we as women need to take some responsibility.
Because people are so in competition with each other that they feel like it's a room for them to, so I might be better. So let me ask more questions because maybe I can fill in that gap so he can leave that person and maybe me and him or she, whatever, can be together. So I think when you say complicated, it makes people more curious because they feel like, well, I'm a better catch. So
I'm like, no, I pick up my bundle and I'm gone. At this time in my life, I'm exhausted. Dating is already exhausted, as we discussed. Why would I want drama at this point in my life? You're starting to have back pain, your ankle swelling, you're tired all the time, you have other responsibility, you have bills to pay. Now I want to take on a man for stress. That should be at ease, not more stress. You know, I'm not 20 where I have no real responsibilities.
You know what I tell myself? Like, peace of mind is an MF. Like, the peace of mind that I have right now, I don't think I could ever give it up because you can sleep good at night. You feel good about yourself. You know, you take care of yourself. You could laugh. You have so much joy.
Yes.
Anything that stresses me out and takes the smile away from me, I don't want it. Anything that makes me not happy or makes my heart look, there's going to be good times and bad times, but it can't be a continuously thing because that's a red flag.
Right.
You know what I mean? I should be happy with someone at least 90% of the times.
I agree. And I think we always make life
complicated.
And we don't need to make it complicated. And with the right person, things can flow so much easier. But sometimes I think, I don't know if we like drama, we just like to be in something, but no, thank you. I'm tired. I just want to be able to come on and be like, I love you, snuggle, just a hug. I want that relationship where no one has to say anything. You know, you see each other, your eyes talk, your action talk, a hug, a kiss. And it's just that a peace, like you said, a peace of mind. A mind is like a peaceful place, and you coming home, you want to believe that home is a calm, restful place for you to put all your bundles down, right? Instead of coming home and like, I think he cheated, I think he did that. You don't do too much, but better just become a hermit and just stay single, and we have a bunch of dogs, not cats. Cats, no.
No, I
All
get
right.
it. All right, so 2024 is coming up. Tell me what you see on your vision board.
Get naked,
Yeah.
party. No. Yeah, right.
What do you see?
Well,
What do you see?
I call mine a future board. So I'm one of those people that I have a future board.
It's called
Right?
a future board.
Yes, I did like a whole class. Someone like really went in depth on what a vision board is. So we call it a future board. Right? So for me, it's always constantly working on myself, because there's always something you could, put some oil in and check it and whatever, like a car, right? So that's something definitely. For me, I would like to definitely part ways with my job. Love my job. In case you all are watching, don't try to fire me. But I want to be like the keynote speaker. I want my TV show to be a next level. But at the same time, I do want to have a husband and have kids. And I believe for a lot of times, I think I had to choose. And that was always a fight. And many times I would always choose career-wise or me being in entertainment first. And then recently I went to an I Am Woman conference and I realized, we do certain exercises and stuff. I'm like, I don't have to choose. Why I've been choosing? I could have both. While I'm on stage, my husband and child could be in the audience saying, that's my mommy, that's my wife. So, but I definitely would want to settle down, and I don't want that long term, 2 years, and then he decide this is the one. I feel at this age and the experience that we all had in life, if this is somebody you want to be with in a very short space of time. So you see me by next week, we should be married and running off having the kid the next month. But
Yeah.
definitely I see family and career on another level. That's the two main things. All the hobbies and stuff that goes without saying, but those are the two biggest things that I would want for myself in 2024. Career change.
So what are you doing to make this happen for yourself?
Well, girl, I'm Miss Francois. That's why I'm multi-talented and super sexy. As far as career, one of the things for this year was about building relationships and networking. And that's what I have definitely done. So I want to be able to leverage the relationships that I have done for 2023. And next year I'll be on stages. I'll be doing more keynote speaking, because I have connected and networked. So I have done that part of the job, and that's going to be continuation. But I feel confident in the relationships I have built thus far, especially in 2023. So that's far as career, right? And business, because Miss Francois itself is a business by itself that people keep forgetting. From the TV talk show, I have the entertainment section, I have the book, and I have the keynote speaking. So it's to just be able to monetize that. And even next year, I plan on getting a coach to, take things to the next level. As far as husband, this year I feel I put a pause on dating. I think the last date I've been on was like in February. But for 2024, I'm going to fully put myself out there, regardless if it's dating app or Danny going to fix me up with somebody. The thing is, I'm going to purposefully put myself out there and willingly go out on dates, because I feel like
be intentional. Be intentional.
And what I'm being intentional about, finding a husband, not hooking up. Okay, guys? Yeah. So no, I'm not that easy. I might be easy for the right person. But
well, share your handles, Miss Francois, for everyone who is watching. I'm proud of you, sis.
So you all could definitely check me out on my website. It's www.missfrancois.com. And I like to tell everybody I'm on pretty much every social media that it is, and that's MSS_Francois.
And then you can find I'm Proud of You, Sis on Channel 20 at 4 p.m. A couple of my cousins, they're little, by the way, called me up and was like, Auntie Danny, we saw you on TV. We saw you on cable. And I was like, ah! So I was so happy about that. But I feel that I want to do the same thing too. I want to, start monetizing on, on my goals and my dreams and, my kids. I'm kind of happy I have the kids, so that's out of the way. You know what I mean? I'm kind of happy that I was married, so that's out of the way.
You've been there, done that. You're just doing it again.
I'm like, check. That's why I'm like smiling like this, because I did it. So now my next step is making my dreams come true with Self-Love Day. So I want to say thank you so much, everyone. Miss Francois, I want to give you your flowers.
Thank you,
were
my
such
dear.
a joy. You have me cracking up. Thank God, because I'm under the weather, so I thought I was gonna be coughing like crazy. But thank you so much for
You're very welcome. Thanks for having me.
Smile on my face. You have to come back, please, 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 please. I want to wish everyone out there happy holidays. Be safe, and I am praying for peace all over the world. And I'm praying for anyone who is hurting right now, because I know we're laughing, but there's someone out there that is also hurting too. I'm praying for your healing. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining. I'm proud of you, sis, and I'll see you next week. Bye.
Awesome.
Awesome.